Bodget and Scarper. Technical side, I know if you carry on. Good morning, Madventurers. Yet another weekend down at the boat doing boat repairs, and the weather's not looking fantastic this weekend. Let's have a look outside and see the state of it. Just not good at all, and this weekend's plan is to drop the mast, but to do that we're going to need some help. Last night Davey managed to press gang someone down at the tavern. Shall we see who has been press ganging? Good job, Davey. Good job, Davey. I like your knots. That's definitely a C knot there. Definitely a C knot. Now, shall we reveal who it is? Who is it, guys? Who could it be? Let's have a look. He don't look happy, does he, guys? He don't look happy. It's only me dad. Say hello, Dad.
Hello. I'm not very happy at all.
So what actually happened last night? How did he find you?
Well, all the taverns and all the towns in the world, he walks into mine. And I'm not very happy at all.
Shameful, Davey. Shameful. Of all the people he had to press gang, it had to be him. Dear me. Time to crack on with dropping the mast. Come on, guys. I think it's time to free my dad as well. He's not happy. He's not happy. Right, guys, we're finally on with the mast. I've got Davey Bones and my dad up top at the minute. Davey Bones is organising my dad and telling him exactly what to do. So, God knows if this is going to go to plan, it'll be a miracle. Because I've never dropped my mast on my own before. I've seen things on YouTube on different ways of doing this and putting T-supports and things like that. Currently what I've done is, we've prepped it, I've disconnected the VHF, I've disconnected the power that runs up the mast, and also we've tied a rope that's halfway up the mast, and I've took it to the bow roller. So I'm going to use the bow roller and the bow cleats as a bit of a support to put a resistance on the rope as the mast comes down. I didn't have long enough ropes to run it to an actual winch. Ideally I wanted it to run to the winch, but my ropes are short and I'm not going buying ropes, just especially for a one-off job. So we're just gonna, as we said in one of the other videos, bodget and scarper again. That's what we do, that's what we're good at. So I'll take you up top and show you what my dad and Davey Bones are doing now. So we'll go up top. Look at the pair of them. It's like they don't know what they're doing. So what we're going to do is, hopefully you can hear me on this, is we're going to remove the pins off the shrouds. So these are all shrouds. You've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Main line is the actual front sail, so that's actually part of your shroud as well. So that's your front support to stop it going that way, there to stop it going that way. And then at the back of the boats we've got two more here, which is this one and this one. Same again, release the pins, and then this mast is hopefully going to fall this way. And what I've done is, with the bow roller, we'll go up to the front. So literally I've just got a rope round the bow roller like that for now, round here. Use that as a bit of resistance, and then that is going to fall that way. I'll take you back downstairs. Yeah, so the actual mast itself, it isn't heavy. I can actually carry the mast on my own. It's only an aluminium mast, so there's not a great deal of weight in it, but with the winds and everything else that's going on today, it is middle of March, so it's expected. It's going to be an interesting manoeuvre this, so fingers crossed we'll get it right, we'll get the mast down, and we can check the actual rigging on the mast at the top of the mast and redo the rollers, because the rollers want greasing as well. We've had trouble with the rollers. When you get the mainsail halfway up the mast, it gets a bit tight as there's pressure on the roller and not enough grease, so a few jobs to do, so we'll crack on. I better keep an eye on these two. Terrible, these two. Right, time to carry on. We've managed to get all the shrouds ready now. We've got 3 shrouds just waiting for the pins to be knocked out, and someone else is knocked out. Lazy Bones, can't be bothered. A little bit of effort, that's it, game over for him. Leaves it to me and Dad.
Old idle.
Sacked. So we'll crack on. I'll do it in time lapse this next section now, and pray for us guys, pray for us. We don't know what we're doing. Never wrap ropes around your hand or wrist. I forgot to tell my dad, this is my bad. Luckily nothing happened.
You're alright? Yeah, slowly. Go on, you're alright? Yeah. I'm alright. To the back. Yeah. Well, I've got it. Alright. I'm not going to go anywhere. Yeah. You right now? Yeah?
This was the moment we realised why you needed a cross support as the mast came down, because the actual mast rested on the roof, so the top end of it was up in the air, whereas we needed to release the pin now at the bottom of the mast. So to do that, we needed to get support at the top of the mast. We ended up using the extendable ladders for the mast to rest on, giving us a chance to release the pin at the bottom end. This is what it looks like with the mast down. This area is why it wouldn't lie flat. It raised the mast slightly up in the air so we couldn't get the pin out. Right guys, after that little disaster, we finally got the mast on the ground. So it's time to check all the rigging now, make sure everything's in place, all the pins are still in good order, and there's no damage at the top of the mast because that's unseen while it's up there. So I've currently taken off this plate off there, and then I can get into that, which then I can grease these rollers, then get a bit of grease behind them rollers. So that's going to be the fun bit now, to get some grease behind all that, and then check all the rest of the rigging and make sure everything's tickety-boo, as they say. So I'll come back to you and let you know how we got on. What you're seeing here is, it's the head sail furler where the furling lines run through. Here. So the lines will run between the 3 rollers. And we decided to dismantle these when we took the mast down and have a look at the actual head sail furler, but what we didn't realise, there were all these ball bearings which sit in there. So because there were no grease, as soon as we undid it, they just fell out all over the car park floor, which was an absolute disaster. Luckily, these ones that come out of here, I managed to put a tray underneath and catch them all. But the main ones, we were digging them out of the car park floor, which was an absolute nightmare. Luckily, we think we got them all, because when we counted them in, it all worked out equal to the actual furler. So that was a spot of luck, really. So lesson learned, just get a tray under it if you have to undo the head sail furlers. So you'll see the next picture when I come to put it back on. I'll explain exactly what I've had to do with that. Well guys, what an eventful 24 hours we've had. The disaster yesterday, which you've just seen there, we've managed to crack on with some of it, but every job that we've come to has took twice as long. There's been salt ingress, things haven't done what we wanted it to do, so it's 3 times longer, plus the weather's not been fantastic. But we have got the mast together, and Davey's just assessing, is it ready to go up, Davey? Is it ready to go up? Come on, Davey. How we looking, Davey? How we looking? Are we good to go?
Good to go.
Guys, time to get the mast set up on the boat and get it up in the air. Lessons learnt the hard way. Always get your rigging set up, because once the mast starts falling, there's a lot of weight behind it, even though it's only aluminium. We'll show you the next setup now. This is where we're at with a new invention. We've decided to put cross piece, get some levitation up, and then what we're going to do is get Dad to run over there and pull it as fast and hard as he can. You ready for this, Dad? You ready? You ready?
Yeah, ready.
Good to go. This is going to be fun and games. Watch this space. We're about to do it. It's like going into outer space, this. Come on! Dad's just rigging up the van now. We're going to pull like hell with the van. What are you doing? Fantastic, it's up. I thought we were never going to do that. That were a tough task. That's the toughest task I've ever had. And it's not been without its problems. It's like we've ended up, we got it prepped, so I'm going to have to come back to you.
Oh, Captain Pudwash is here. Have we had a jolly weekend? Yes, we have.
Get rid of him, David.
Get the crazy guy off his nuts.
Yeah.
Good news, guys. Going back to what I was saying before, I had to quickly jump up and sort the mast out because the wind grabbed hold of the mast before and the shrouds wasn't attached. But the good news, like I said, is it's attached. And here it is. One mast, all in place, all shrouds attached. There's still a bit of an adjustment, and the good news as well, the weather stayed off for us, which is fantastic because it was supposed to be absolutely bucketing cats and dogs. So we've done well really to get all the masts taken down. 2 days, take it down, put it back up. No prior skills whatsoever on doing that, so it's just been a massive learning curve. But thankfully for us, Davey managed to press gang someone into helping us out, and he's just having a quick chat with him now, just to let him know how he's got on over the weekend. And I'm just wondering, has he done us proud? Davey, sorry to interrupt. Has he done us proud, Davey? What do you reckon? Do you reckon he'd make a good crew or not? Is he any good? Is he any good? What's that? He did alright, but he could do better. Does that mean you're not having him back then? No, don't want you back, Dad. Don't want you back, says you're rubbish.
We're best mates. We've just been partying a minute ago.
Rubbish, you said. Rubbish. Terrible.
We were having a party a minute ago to Captain Pudwash game, didn't we?
No, he says, absolute superb job you've done, and he'd like to welcome you back any time.
Thank you.
You make an absolute fantastic brew, he said, but that's as far as it goes. That's it, guys. To a fantastic weekend, and I'd like to say thank you to my dad for coming down and helping me out here. Thank you, Dad. Shake your hand.
Thank you, you're welcome. It's been an experience.
It's been a fantastic help, and it's time to say goodbye, Madventurers. So it's goodbye from me,
And goodbye from me.
and goodbye from Davey.
Bye, Mr. Villa.
Catch you soon, Madventurers.
Oh, Captain Pudwatch is back.